What's poppin' YouTube? Elephant in the room. Got a special topic today. Now, I remember several years ago, before I had any kind of occupation or any type of experience in any type of field of work, I was dealing with a dilemma or a crisis, if you will, trying to obtain one, through lack of, guidance and mentorship, and really just lack of insight altogether. So, pretty much, the go-to thing was to pretty much go to the mall, go to every store, fill out all these applications, and then return them, and then hoping for a call, interview, the steps to pretty much get the job or whatever. So with that being said, there was a situation where how I was going about it, maybe not the effort that was being put in, but maybe the formula and the execution of how to basically exponentially, raise my success rate to a respectable level. Now, a lot of people, this is where a lot of people, get led astray or get discouraged because maybe it's not the effort in which putting down the information in the application, may be required. It's actually, a couple of things that really are pinnacle points of increasing your success rate compared to your competition. Number one, I was going into every store in the mall with a handful of applications, and pretty much it was just giving the impression of, all right, well, this person, what is it about our store that this person wants to work for us for? It just had a sense of, just not enough authenticity of why you wanted to be a part of someone's staff. So there was that. And then also asking an associate. Now, I'm not going to say all associates don't have this good intention, but a lot of associates, they don't care. They don't care about who gets hired or who gets, maybe not per se who gets fired, but who gets hired, because they're looking at it like, all right, well, you could take my spot, so they're looking at it like, no, I'm only going to do what the job requires me to do and no further. You feel me? So that being said, for example, you go into the store, ask for an application, buy an associate, you fill that out, and little do you know is they'll take the application and be like, all right, okay, thanks for putting in the application, have a nice day. Little do you know they go to the back and they just lay your application on the hundreds of applications that don't get looked at. This is, it's crazy. So here's a tip that's gonna basically, like I said, it's not gonna guarantee you the job, but it's gonna definitely up your success rate. All right. So for one, when you go into any type of store or any type of place you're trying to apply and work for, you always want to ask for the hiring manager. That's step one. You ask if they're hiring. Now, some of them may give you the runaround, just due to professionalism. They may not tell you initially they're hiring, they just be like, we're accepting applications. They just want to see how far you willing to go with little to no clarification that you're going to get the job. So you be like, all right, accept the applications, may I have an application? You fill it out, jot it down, boop, 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 knock it out, give it back to them, and basically from there on out, if they like, the way you dress, your professionalism, the way you're conducting yourself, then they might ask you a couple of interview questions on the spot, like, okay, all right, tell me about yourself, who have you worked for, or, what is your experience, and are you good with people? Those are just examples, but they're gonna pretty much give you a rundown, pretty much getting the feel of why they should, take the extra step of taking a chance with you, just on a face-to-face basis. All right, so there's that. Also, when you submit the application, you want to leave a good impression. You want to definitely conduct yourself with a high level of professionalism, but also you want to show persistence. You feel me? And consistency. And what that means is, it's like after you submit the application, that's not the end of the job. This is the last step you really want to do. The last step, pretty much, is you want to go back not the following day, maybe not the second day, but maybe the third or the fourth day, all the way up to, I would say, a week, and basically follow up on your application to keep them fresh in your mind, in their mind, because they may have a lot going on that day, or maybe they're not hiring, but maybe what was available not at that time becomes available, in a matter of days or weeks. Who knows? You want to follow up. I say max maybe like 3 weeks. You want to give the same place a call and ask the same person that you talked to originally, so then they could pretty much continue having a continuation of where you left off last before on your impression. So with that being said, that's pretty much how to execute to the best of the extent of how to try to get a job. Now, there's other, ways of going about it. Like, all right, if you know somebody that works there, a good reference. And last but not least, this is gonna sound a little disingenuous, but this is the world we live in. Not everybody's gonna give you black and white. You feel me? Like, they're gonna if somebody doesn't want to hire you, they're not gonna be like, all right, I don't want to hire you because I don't like you. They're gonna just be like, all right, well, call. We'll call you if anything comes up, and they could just be lying to your face, giving you the runaround. So in the same aspect, you have to create a facade. Maybe that's not realistic, but you have to kind of stretch the truth, not flat out lie, but kind of stretch the truth. So when it says employment history, if you never had a job before, do not put I've never had a job or leave it empty. Sometimes, you in certain instances, you want to be honest. I'm just speaking from my own experience. You want to put something down there, even and just make it up. Make it up. It's messed up, but it's the reality of the situation. You cannot tell or give, who you're trying to pursue 100% truthful if you have lack of experience or whatsoever, because then nobody wants to be that person. I don't want to say nobody, but generally people don't want to be that person. All right, so I'm going to be the first person to try this person out, and they have no previous experience, nothing to lead on, because 9 times out of 10 they want all this information. And what most retail and part-time jobs do not do, they do not do employment verifications. They put it down there, but 9 times out of 10 they don't do it. They just want to see what kind of experience you have or what you look like on paper, and then match that up to the person that they're talking to, and pretty much make a definitive decision right there after they add up and come down to a conclusion. So that being said, I didn't mean to make this video super long. Hopefully people find this helpful. I had to kind of learn this on the fly. It took me about till I was like 21 or 22 to get my first job, and that was at McDonald's. So that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll keep y'all updated on other content. All right, I'm out of here.